My wife cheated on me, a broken bar, and I found out through an old VHS tape. I never thought I'd be the kind of person to spill their personal drama on the internet, but here I am. I just need to get this off my chest because holding it in has become unbearable. I'm 37, she's 35. We've been together for almost 12 years, married for 9. We have 2 kids, are 7 and 5 years old. Our life looked like a typical, quiet suburban family. I work in IT. She's a school teacher. We were always that couple, the one others looked up to. Or at least a broken bar, that's what I thought. It all started when I decided to clear out some old boxes in the attic. We were planning to renovate the kids' room, and I wanted to make space. Among stacks of old books, photo albums, and dusty toys, I found a box full of videotapes. Real VHS tapes are the kind we used to record off TV or rent back in the 2000s. Out of curiosity, I brought them downstairs, dug out our old VCR. Yes, I still had one, and popped in the first tape. The screen lit up with footage from a house party, clearly filmed years ago before we were married. I recognized her immediately. My wife, young, laughing, wearing that sweater she used to wear when we first started dating. I smiled at first, a nostalgia, sweet memories. But then a broken bar, something shifted. A guy appeared on the tape, someone I thought was just a friend of hers. We'd mentioned him once, briefly, and she always said, nothing ever happened. But on the tapey broken bar everything said otherwise. They were hugging, laughing, kissing, and then a broken bar it went further. I turned the tape off. My heart was pounding. This wasn't just flirting. It was visual proof that she'd lied to me, and not just back then. She'd been lying about this the entire time we'd been together. I felt the ground vanish beneath me. That tape shattered my view of our past. I didn't know what to do. I stayed silent for a few days. Tried to tell myself it was before me, that people make mistakes, that it doesn't matter now. But I couldn't shake the thought, she lied. And if she lied about that, what else? Eventually, I decided to talk to her calmly, no yelling. I showed her the video. Her face went pale. She tried to explain that it was a long forgotten thing, that she was ashamed, that she didn't want to lose me. I listened silently, not because I wanted to forgive her, but because I could feel something breaking inside me. I started digging, first through her old social media. Yeah, I know, not ethical, but something told me there was more under the surface. Then through old messages she never deleted. And there I found something else. After we were already married, she met up with him a few times. No confirmation they slept together. But she lied to me and said she was seeing a girlfriend, when in reality, it was dinner with him. I didn't explode. I just gathered the facts. One night, when she got home, I told her calmly, almost coldly, I know what you did. I saw everything, and I'm not sure I want to stay. She broke down. For the first time in 12 years, I saw her cry, not from pain but from fear. She begged me not to leave, said she loved me, said it meant nothing, that she was lost back then. But I couldn't trust her anymore. Every gesture, every word from her felt fake now. I left for a month, stayed with my brother. We talked a lot. I tried to figure out, can I forgive this? Can I forget? 3 months went by. We live together again now for the kids. But everything has changed. We see a family therapist. Sometimes, I feel like I can forgive her. Other times, I feel like I'm just waiting for the kids to grow up so I can leave for good. I don't know what the right thing to do is. I just know one thing. That tape forgotten in the attic destroyed everything I believed in. It's been almost 6 months since that night I showed her the tape. Now, every morning starts the same. I wake up on the couch in the living room, even though we have a big bed we used to share. But I can't go back there. My soul won't go back there. At first, I thought I could. That with therapy, time, and conversation, we could rebuild what we had. But it turns out what we had died the moment I hit play. She's different now. More attentive. Makes breakfast every morning. Sends me kind messages during the day. Spends more time with the kids. She's trying to convince not just me, but herself, that she can fix this. But there's fear in her eyes, constant. Like she's waiting every second for me to get up and leave. Maybe because I still haven't said, I forgive you. Because I haven't. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and hear her crying in our bedroom. Softly, so the kids don't hear. I hear it but I don't go in. I stare at the ceiling and wonder, why are we holding on to a marriage with no love left? Or maybe the love is still there, just a broken bar disfigured. One day, I came home from work and saw the kids playing in the living room, laughing, and she was sitting on the floor with them, tear-streaked but smiling. And I suddenly realized, I'm staying for them. Not for her. Not for the memories. For these two little people, for whom our home is their whole world. But inside a broken bar I had already started to let go. I started keeping a journal. First time in years. Not digital, a paper. Every evening, after the kids go to bed, I sit at the kitchen table, pull out the notebook, and write. Sometimes it's angry thoughts, sometimes sad ones, sometimes just blank pages. It's how I kept myself from falling apart. 3 months later, I spoke to her again, honestly, painfully. I can't forgive you, not yet. Maybe never. I know, she said, eyes down. But I don't want our kids growing up in a house where mom and dad are just roommates. I understand. But I'm willing to fight. Even if you leave, I deserve that. She didn't cry, for the first time. And in that silence, I realized that she had started to let go, too. And here we are. 10 months later. We live in the same house, sleep in different rooms, parent the kids like a team, but not like a couple. We're like roommates with a shared past and 2 small wonders in the present. Sometimes she asks me, will you ever come back to me? And I say, I don't even know where I am. And that's the truth. A broken bar continued. The days blur together now. Not in a sad way, just a broken bar. Quietly, we function. We make lunches, pay bills, go to work, show up for the kids' school plays and dentist appointments. On the outside, we look like we've healed. But inside, everything still echoes. There's this moment every night after the house goes still and the dishwasher hums in the background, when I sit at the table with my journal and stare at the pages. Some nights I write, others I just sit there, pen in hand, too tired to say anything more to myself. One night, I wrote a single line. Love doesn't die with a bang. It just stops coming home. She read it. I left the notebook open by accident. I came home the next day and found dinner already on the table. The kids were upstairs. She was sitting across from my chair, silent. When I sat down, she asked, was that about me? I didn't lie. Yes. And also a broken bar, not just you, because it wasn't just the tape, or the lies. It was everything we let slide, every conversation we didn't have, every time I said I was fine when I wasn't. It was years of choosing peace over truth. That tape just tore the bandage off. She nodded, then whispered, I miss us. I didn't know what to say to that, because I missed us, too. But missing someone isn't the same as loving them. I told her, I miss the version of you I used to believe in. She looked away, and for the first time a broken bar didn't fight it. A week later, she brought up separation, not angrily, not emotionally, just a calm, adult conversation. She said, I've been thinking, maybe it's time we stop pretending this house is still a home. I was quiet for a long time. Then I asked, are you sure? She smiled, softly, sadly, a number? But I think it's the first honest thing we've said to each other in a long time. We didn't make any fast moves. We agreed to give it a few months, talk to the kids gently, ease into the transition. But for the first time in nearly a year, something felt right. Not happy, just a broken bar. Truthful, and truth, after all the lies, felt like the kindest thing. So here I am now writing this from a small rented apartment, not far from the house. We share custody. I still see the kids almost every day, and surprisingly, things feel lighter. The guilt, the resentment, even the grief. It's all there but quieter, like waves that no longer crash. They just roll in and out. Sometimes she texts me photos of the kids, of the dog, of something funny they said. We don't talk about the past anymore. Maybe because we've said all there was to say. Or maybe because we both know some stories don't have a perfect ending. They just have honest ones. And that a broken bar I can live with. It came on a Tuesday. That weird time of day between late lunch and early evening, when the light starts to soften and the world slows just a bit. I checked the mailbox like I always do, expecting bills, maybe some junk flyers. Instead, there it was, a cream envelope, no return address, my name written in her handwriting. I stood in the kitchen for 10 minutes before I opened it. Hey, if you're reading this, it's because I chickened out of saying it out loud. Again, I didn't know where else to put these words, so I'm putting them here. I'm not writing to get back together. That's not what this is. I'm writing because I've been carrying a weight that doesn't belong only to me, and I want to give some of it back to you. I paused there, reread that line about 5 times, then kept going. You were right about the silence, about the way we stopped showing up. I know the tape broke something in you. I know you think it was the moment everything changed. But the truth is it was already changing. We just didn't want to admit it. She went on to say that she had felt like a ghost in our house long before anything happened. That she used the lie as a way to feel in control. A way to rewrite a story she felt trapped in. It wasn't about him. It was never really about him. It was about not knowing who I was anymore. And hating myself for it. She said she hated that I always seemed calm when she felt like she was drowning. She hated how I made peace with things she couldn't accept. And most of all, she hated how kind I stayed, even when I had every right not to be. You were always better at the quiet kind of love. The kind that fixes the sink without being asked. The kind that remembers how I take my coffee even when I forget. The kind that stays. But somewhere along the way a broken bar I stopped noticing. And I am so sorry for that. I don't remember sitting down, but suddenly I was in the chair by the window, the letter open on my knees. She ended it simply. I hope you're okay. I hope you find someone who sees the way you carry people. And I hope you let them carry you, too. Be happy. You deserve to be. A.M. I didn't cry, not right away. But later that night, while folding the laundry and hearing the echo of her words in my head, I let it happen. Quietly, fully, not because I wanted her back, but because for the first time since the whole damn thing began, I felt a broken bar understood, not excused, not forgiven, just seen. And somehow, that was enough.